How was it? I mean, did DA text you?
Yeah, we
guy. I mean, just from the human perspective.
yeah, we had a quick text exchange, and honestly, again, wish you could win. Wish we would have won it all already. You know, as with him as a DC, with him as a head coach, it was 7 or 8 years together. You wish you would have won everything. And then you look at it like, message heard loud and clear in terms of it's a business and we have to be able to win, or else, as you can see, nobody's job is going to be safe.
What's it been like working with Brian?
Coach Brother BY, a guy who has been an assistant D-line coach for all my career. Somebody that was labeled a passer specialist, but he emphasizes technique. So in the last couple of days, you've seen 300% upturn on technique versus schemes. This is, hey, we get back to our brand of football about how we're going to attack, reset the line of scrimmage.
Do you think about, I know it's week by week, you got the Falcons this week, but just what's happened? Dennis trading Marshawn, you've been here a long time. Do you start to think about the future?
No, it's Atlanta hate week.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a perfect time to put all that energy into getting our first win in 8 weeks, or in 8th week, and really focusing on what we can control.
Yeah,
and as you can tell from practice the other day to practice today, the energy is intense, to say the least. Yes, go ahead.
You've seen change, obviously, with players, but you
and
haven't
coaches.
seen this not this way with coaches, where the coach was dismissed. Is it different?
Do you not remember the Rob Ryan DA situation? You missed that part. Yeah, for sure, JD. When I think, it definitely it's a weird feeling to one have to acknowledge everybody when you're losing like 2-7. Everybody's got their hand in it, obviously. And at the same time, you realize we have to find a way to get a win. And when you don't find a way to get a win, then it's, at the end of the day, decisions were made up top or however that goes. And as a player, you can feel one type of way about it or not. But you have to still continue to go to work. And when you come in and realize there's, multiple changes, you see from whatever, Coach Rizzi came in and said, we're going to make some changes for good, changes for, towards a positive future. And started from the moment he came in, rearranged the locker room, as you can see. The D-line lockers have never been this close, in 10 years.
What's the password?
There is none. You got to be 6'4", minus Bink. You got to be 6'4" and weigh about 270 to get in.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Have you talked? I mean, it's like the longest tenured guy and obviously a foundation pillar of this organization. Have you talked to Mickey or Mrs. Benson or no?
I think as a collective, what we've wanted to do this week has been focusing on us. Now, have I talked? Of course, I'm going to ask questions, inquire. But my place as a soldier is to try and win. And no one point have I ever thought I was a GM or a commander. So I've always cared about my D-line and what we can do and how we can affect the passer. What my role is, whatever my role is. I haven't even had that conversation about that. So, when you think about what we want to do as a D-line is find a way to reestablish our line of scrimmage, find a way to get to quarterback more times than not, because halfway through the season, it's been a bit lackluster. So we have to be able to find our rhythm, find their role, go. And it normally becomes full circle. I think if guys start missing sacks like we have been early this year, we'll start making a lot of critical ones this last 8 games.
What was your contribution to the playlist?
I didn't have anything to do with today's playlist.
No, yesterday's.
Oh, there we go. Yesterday was a D-line playlist, and I felt very confident. Everybody felt the juice. Everybody felt the energy. Today's playlist was done by offensive linemen.
Do you feel like
You're not a big unwritten fan?
Sadly, for some reason, I had the audacity to, I guess, pull the offensive lineman's card for their ability to own the playlist today. And the moment I pulled it, the entire team knew that it was not going to be up to par.
Look,
it's tough.
Seriously though, I mean, it seems like changes have been big and small for the team this week. Rizzi, from a energy standpoint, what is he brought this week?
That a serious energy. But I mean, when you think about, Rizzy has been a leader on the special teams, a vocal, and at times abrasive leader for the special teams and getting guys going. But because of his spot at special teams, there's probably nobody that he doesn't know, and that he doesn't know like the odd little quirks about to get his guys going. So putting him as an interim head coach or just as an HC in general, I think is a solid move.
Do you think and hope that your role may change here because of maybe some new perspective or just a different vibe?
We can always have the brightest hopes and whatever it is, but I know my abilities far exceed what I've been given, and at the same time, I've been given a whole lot minus this year. If you take out this year, I've been blessed truly. So, like I said, I worked my butt off to think in my mind is revenge season, be in the best shape I could be, and my role isn't to demand anything. My role is to be a leader on the D line, and if they say, "Hey, Cam, you're in," then that's when it's not my time to take over. You have to be able to take advantage of each and every opportunity given. Of course, I'm going to think I can still play 90 snaps out of 85 because that's the way I train. That's the way my mind, my heart, my soul has always been in the black and gold. But if we're pivoting towards young guys, then my role is to give everything that I can when it's being asked of me, and to win whenever we're told to win.
How much of a blessing is it as the Falcons then this weekend?
I hate them. It's a blessing to hate them.
When you talk about Riz making the effort to get to know players individually and then using that to motivate guys in their own different way, it sounds like some other coaches that we've known here. Is there any similarity?
I mean, I think that with different coaches, there's different styles, and his is going to be a change of pace.
A few of us have come over from London.
Yeah, you have.
For people back home, what makes New Orleans so special? And
In my mind, you say across the pond.
yeah.
Yes. All right. Sorry.
For people back home, what makes New Orleans so special? And I guess, do you feel that more than ever this week when you see the way the fans rally around this team?
Man, as much as I'm in the community, I can and as much success as the Saints have had, when you have a season like this, the fans are still in our corner, right? And that's everywhere from walking the street, to defensive dinners Thursday, random people coming up to us and saying, "Hey, we still got this." With 8 games left, there's still a lot of hope, a lot of positivity, and we're just trying to make our light as bright as possible. All right, appreciate you guys. I gotta go.